Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking this video when you see it. Guys, what do you have to say about this?
Where the fuck am I supposed to buy anything? So I've done a couple videos on this. I will do another one. This entire boycott is not about perfection. It's about intention. If you have the ability to boycott these companies, absolutely do it. If you don't. Point is to just buy what you need. Target pulls crap like this, like they come out with a Kate Spade collection for summer. Screw them. We are not buying anything from them. So screw Kate Spade for collaborating with them during this time. Kate Spade has honestly been problematic for a long time. Point is, a majority of us do have the ability to stop spending frivolously. We're asking, if you don't have access to alternative places that do support DEI, to only buy the things that you need. Things that you don't, maybe go look for them secondhand. In fact, you know what? I'm going to show you something. I needed a new water bottle. I loved this water bottle. I had a blue one during my pregnancy. It helped me drink a ton of water. My husband had bought it from Target. This was years ago. This particular one in purple is what I wanted to replace the old blue one with. Target had it. Target had it on sale for $9. I did not want to buy from Target. I went onto this brand's website and they had it for $15. I didn't want to spend $15 when someone else was selling it for $9. So I went on Mercari, which is a secondhand online shopping place. $5, completely unused. Like somebody gifted it to them and they didn't want it. That is what I'm talking about. This was not a need. I can use cups and just drink water out of them. But this is something that helped me stay hydrated. It's something that I wanted. I like this color. I like that it's BPA free. I like that I can take it with me. It just makes things more convenient for me. But this is what I'm talking about. This would have been considered frivolous spending. This is not a need. But I still got what I wanted. It's a little due diligence and a little effort, sure. But I freaking found it. We are already creating change. We are already making a dent. And all we are asking is for the people that do have access to places that support DEI, that they shop there instead of the places that don't. And the people that only have access to the places that are rolling back DEI, that they only buy the necessities and cut the frivolous spending. A lot of people that are bringing these concerns up are living in small towns where Walmart has essentially taken over. But a lot of small towns also have farmers. They have local vendors. They have main streets with lots of little boutiques on them. Also, a lot of people in small towns do a lot of online shopping. Facebook buy nothing groups and Facebook Marketplace are absolutely fabulous resources. Nextdoor.com is one that I don't see people talking about a lot. Flea markets, antique malls, church community sales. There's like a lot of neighborhoods do neighborhood yard sales. Thrift stores, secondhand stores are always a good option, especially if you want to like window shop and you feel like you want to spend on things that you don't necessarily need, but you want to do a little retail therapy for yourself. Fire movement is not about judging people. It is about redirecting the power. I just want you to know that we are not powerless and we do not have to be perfect in order to create change. So the CEO of Home Depot, Walmart, and Target had a private meeting with a Mr. Donald Trump this week to tell him, hey, buddy, our shelves are going to be completely bare in a couple weeks. There's going to be nothing on the shelves. Now, this comes after Trump saying that he was going to talk with China and the president and try to take a softer approach on the tariffs, which is fitting because that meeting that he had with the CEOs of those big box stores was literally 2 days before he just said that. Now, Walmart released a statement on this meeting and said, "We had a productive meeting with President Trump and his team and appreciated the opportunity to share our insights." And Target shared a similar statement that said, "We had a productive meeting with Donald Trump and our retail peers to discuss the path forward on trade." This just gives merit to the point that Donald Trump will only do things if rich people actually come to him and say, "Hey, you're hurting our wallets, so you should probably stop that." And this is why I feel the tariff strategy isn't ever going to work because, again, manufacturers are not coming to the U.S. They're not coming to the U.S. Donald Trump made this whole entire tirade about tariffs, and now he's basically backing down on it.
We have some big news right now. Target is now warning of significant price hikes coming in the coming days as a result of Donald Trump's tariffs and trade wars. Now, Target has also posted losses in 2024. After it ended its DEI program, a number of people stopped shopping at Target, including during the February 28th economic blackout, where Target's website traffic dropped substantially. But now Target, this big box retailer, is warning customers that because of these tariffs, because of the trade wars, they should expect price hikes to be coming in the next several days and weeks. Right now, there's a lot of economic uncertainty about what everything will cost as these tariffs are implemented. But if big box retailers are already warning their shoppers that price hikes are coming, then you should definitely heed their warning, whether Target, Walmart, or really any other big box retailer. I'll do a full breakdown of every consumer good that will be impacted because of these tariffs on my Substack. Go check it out. Link in bio. It's free to subscribe. As always, comment below your thoughts, spread the word, and follow along to stay up to date on all the news you need to know about.
Here's Joe from Georgia. So we see that Donald Trump is waffling, as always, on his tariff plans. So it looks like he's going to reduce that tariff that he was going to put on China by 80%. He's going to reduce it. And he says, because he doesn't want to start a trade war. Well, the trade war has already started. People around the world have stopped coming to the United States. They've quit buying American products. But the real reason that Donald Trump is calling off these tariffs is because the CEOs of Target and Walmart and other large retailers in the United States have basically told Donald Trump that if this does go all the way through the way he's looking at it, folks, he doesn't know what he's doing, but if he goes the way he put it down, the shelves, they said, would be empty in Target and Walmart. So, folks, that's the reason that he is pulling back on the tariffs, is because the CEOs of large companies have told him to do so. And you know him, he always goes where the money goes.
The major retailers are shaking. Today, Target, Home Depot, and Walmart CEOs had an upfront meeting with Trump about how the tariffs are going to affect their companies, saying it may lead to complete empty shelves. There's a lot to this story. Let's talk about it. I don't think people understand the gravity of this. Walmart is a retailer that is the anchor in a lot of small town communities. Sometimes it's the only store that has everything you need or just anything at all. And Target is the same way in a lot of communities. Now, Target in particular, they get a lot of their stuff from Mexico, a lot of their produce. And ever since the tariffs, they don't know how they'll be able to keep up with the supply chain of that stuff going in and out. And then Walmart getting a lot of stuff from China, and we already know the tariffs on them are 194%, along with an extra 10%. Now, Trump is allegedly doing all this with the tariffs and affecting these American companies because he's saying he's trying to bring production back to America. Let me get you to understand. He's saying we need to make these things here and we need to make these things for us, right? But these companies, that's not how that works. Think about the soybean farmers that are just heavily affected about China no longer buying soy from any of these farmers in Arkansas, Nebraska, any of that. They're now buying it from Brazil. Now, the Brazil supply chain can't even get it out as fast as the American can one, but China doesn't care. They're like, we're not messing with you. We said we're not fooling with you no more. We'll wait on the slow guy just to not deal with you. It's giving bad breakup. Now, who would produce, why in America would we want all of that soy? China would want all that soy because they eat what? Soy sauce. Tofu. Hello? A lot of their main base dishes are stuff like that. Everybody don't eat tofu here. Soy sauce is not like a ketchup or a mustard here. So we don't want all them soybeans. Even soy milk. Hello? We are not the main demand. So it doesn't matter if you make 1 million more soybeans for us. We don't need them. Do you see how that's an inconvenience on the buyer and the seller? And I don't know what that's going to do to Walmart because I saw that in Michigan and in Ohio, they're remodeling a bunch of Walmarts. So what's the point of the remodeling if there's going to be nothing on the shelves that the people need in the first place? We're going to be greatly affected. Again, the people, not Donald Trump. He don't need nothing from Home Depot. He don't need nothing from Walmart. They don't need nothing from Target. The Americans do. Y'all not going to have no Shein, no nothing. There's going to be nothing left. Or people are going to start hand making and cutting down trees and doing it themselves.
Your store shelves are going to look exactly like this soon if the trade war continues. Right now, your supermarkets look fine, but don't get too comfortable. We're at the start of Trump's trade war. Well, kind of. And the wave shortage is still coming because it's going to get here. Walmart and Target CEO already tried to warn the Big Orange. They told Donald Trump it was going to screw up the supply chain. And guess what? I feel like they are right, and they warned him too late. You see, all the cheap stuff that we rely on for every day, it comes across the sea, from China. Even if they order today, it's going to take at least 30 to 45 days to get here. That's if the supply is already made. That means the shortage is not instant, but it builds up. You don't feel it in week one, but, get a few months, and that toothpaste, those socks, your kids' shoes, they're all going to be pretty much empty. Or they might double the price. And don't think the CEO is going to eat the cost, because they already said they're going to jack up the price on everything. And everyday people like us, we are going to be the one that's feeling it. I think by the time Trump realized what he did, there's going to be a lot more angry people that's going to be on his ass than what the poll showed on Fox News.
Friend, pick up the phone. Do you want to know why we're still boycotting Target, Walmart, and Home Depot? Well, it's because there was a secret meeting and the executives from those same places met with President Trump. And why were they able to meet with him? Because they were huge supporters and donors to the campaign, okay? Follow me here. Now, they met with him in a secret meeting and said, listen, we need you to back off these tariffs, because if you don't, the shelves are going to be empty and the people are going to be mad. And so that's why the communication has been kind of shaky and people don't really know what the fuck he's talking about when it comes to tariffs. Because in all actuality, the Dollar Tree dictator does not know what a tariff is and how it is affecting our pockets, his pocket, not his pockets, because he don't really have pockets. He just takes. So you remember Target. Now, many of you stopped shopping at Target when they got rid of DEI. People like me stopped shopping at Target when we found out that they donated, and the executives and owners donated directly to Trump's campaign. So that's even more reason why we have to stand on business, because these people don't care about us. They just care about themselves. And I mean, I get it, right, from a business standpoint, but there still should be basic human morality. And as always, I will be available to bring you breaking good news when I can to outweigh the bad.
The CEOs of Walmart, Target, and Home Depot warned Donald Trump that if these tariffs continue, that the shelves could be empty. And we've seen this escalation of tariffs between Trump and a number of nations since he's become in office. And a lot of people that voted for him and a lot of people that have not voted for him are wondering exactly what the trajectory of these tariffs are. Now, we've seen that there was a revolution before America wasn't even a country over tariffs on tea. And then we saw a Boston Tea Party. Boston wasn't even a state of the United States. It was still a colony of Britain. And these tariffs got the people so upset that they threw all this tea into the water. And now we're seeing something where the general public is very frustrated with the potential for these increases on prices. Now, me personally, I haven't paid anything extra for anything as of yet. But, this... But we definitely have to stay tuned and see how this is impacting. Obviously, if the stores and the shelves get empty, I think people will be up to here and have serious issues, and there may be repercussions. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and follow me for more content like this.
I need y'all to tune in to this message. I need y'all to stock up on your dry goods and your toilet paper and stuff like that now. I don't want y'all to go and clear out the shelves, but I want you to get a little extra. Walmart CEO, along with Target, Lowe's, and Home Depot, went to the White House the other day to have a meeting with Trump. And the topic was the supply chain. They warned him, this is going to be like COVID. Maybe a little bit worse if you don't back up off these tariffs. Now, I thought it was more about pricing. Like, hey, come on, we need you to lighten up on these tariffs because we can afford to lose business, and we can afford to, for our stock to go down because our business not there because you keep talking about all these tariffs. We voted for you. We gave you all this money. We undid DEI, and this is what you do to us.
We have some big news right now. Target is now warning of significant price hikes coming in the coming days.
And we ain't coming back to Target no way. Target, you already showed us who you are when you cancel your DEI policies. That means it's not a priority to you to hire black and brown folks and veterans and women and so on. You want them black and brown dollars, though. You got black and brown folks in your commercials breakdancing and doing cartwheels and flips, and you got hip hop playing in the background. You want them black and brown dollars, but you will not prioritize equality, and employment. Target, you can meet with Al Sharpton, you can meet with Lenny Kravitz and Bruno Mars. You can go on the next fake flight to space. We still ain't coming back. And we ain't going to Walmart because they not much better than y'all with the DEI stuff anyway. And Walmart racially profiles a lot of people at the door, accusing black and brown folks of stealing, forcefully checking their receipts and all of that. So fuck them too, respectfully. Yeah, we ain't coming back, Target.
I keep seeing videos of the shelves at Walmart being empty. I've been at Walmart probably 3 times this week and all the shelves are full. Is this like a scare tactic with the tariffs, or are we going back to, I don't want to say it, but 2020 times? Have you been to Walmart this week, and what are your shelves looking like? I'm wondering if this was a one place thing, or are the shelves at your Walmart and Target empty too? Let me know in the comments what state you're in and if you've been to Walmart or Target and what the shelves look like.
The US-China trade war has officially hit a new low, or should I say, a new aisle. Walmart and Target have stepped into the ring, warning President Trump that if he keeps this up, we might soon be facing the horror of empty shelves. Yes, folks, the apocalypse might just be a shampoo shortage away. Cargo shipments from China are plummeting faster than a toddler's tantrum in the cereal aisle, with a staggering 33% drop already. And guess what? The forecast is predicting a 44% nosedive. Forget GDP, we should be tracking the Great Toilet Paper Index instead. Now, with the retail giants whispering sweet nothings of doom into the president's ear, suddenly it's all about, let's make a deal. Rumor has it, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent might even sit down with his Chinese counterpart. If that happens, it could be the diplomatic equivalent of a life-saving hug, assuming the Chinese decide to show up. Meanwhile, the IMF meetings are buzzing with the excitement of a group waiting for someone else to pick up the tab for this economic disaster. So, stock up now, folks, because if diplomacy fails, you might find yourself bartering for toothpaste like it's the 18th century.
You can't make this up.
We are also reporting today that a group of CEOs of the top American retailers, Walmart, Target, Home Depot, and Lowe's, had a private meeting with Trump on Monday. They had plenty to say, but there was one warning that stuck out. Empty shelves, they said. Empty shelves in American stores as soon as this summer because of Trump's actions.
What is that meeting in the Oval Office on Monday that we learned about, and other reporters did as well, that really apparently caught the president's attention? And I am told that business leaders, the Business Roundtable and others have been reaching out to White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles and other advisors here, trying to get a meeting with the president, trying to convey to him in real terms the real fallout of some of this uncertainty, some of these tariff policies. And it was that empty shelves comment, we are told, that really caught the president's attention. Of course, you can see why. The whole idea that we would have interruption in the supply chain, sort of like we all saw in the pandemic, simply because of his policies, is something that would be difficult for the White House to endure. So that is one of the reasons we are told that he changed his posture. It's interesting.
So what Donald Trump has done is just given every single one of his supporters a crash course lesson in what tariffs are and how they actually impact them. The Democrats were right. We were telling you all this was a bad economic policy for Donald Trump to do. And it literally took the CEOs of those companies to meet with him and look him dead in his eyes and say, "Sir, if you keep this up, there will be empty shelves." And that thought made him realize that all of his lies were finally going to be revealed to the American people. Could you imagine him telling everyday Americans that egg prices have came down 93, 94% while the shelves are empty?
Guys, welcome back to my channel. Begging Trump to remove tariffs after company loses billions is a great concern. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.